Libra, I know you love to know about partnerships and relationships. What's going on? And this just flipped out at me. So, oh, here's another one that flipped out right after it. Huh. Wow. And actually, it was in the right side up. So I'm not gonna. It just depends on how I saw it on the ground, not how I picked it up. So, let's see. And you know, I don't know if you noticed from my readings, but reversals, not that they can't be opposites. For me, they're potentialities and things that people want to avoid and different things like that. So there isn't a whole lot of difference between being upright and in the reverse in my readings. So if there's ever any doubt that you know, like, oh, did I see it that way, or did I see it? I wouldn't worry too much. I think the way I end up, the first thing that my heart feels is the one that is the right one. But even if by some strange miracle it did flip out the wrong way, it's not too much to worry about, because it is oh wow, the overall energy is temperance. Well, you know, even though that's the Sag card, it's very Libra too, because you know they're weighing and considering and trying to be moderate, right? I mean, isn't that kind of like a Libra scale on a certain level? I don't know, but let's see what's happening, Libra. Your person is a King of Swords. Wow, they don't really need you. They are pretty they're pretty much capable of taking care of themselves. They're emotional, and all their needs they can meet within themselves. But something about you makes them feel like a Page of Swords. Okay, I can get with that. Is funny. Your person is both a king and a Page of Swords. All right. Yeah, your person's kind of set in their ways. And but the thing is I think even though they don't really need you per se, I think they really just like seeing the world through the eyes of both of you, you know, sharing the world, looking at the world together. I think that you make them feel that youthful energy of seeing the world with that kind of innocence. But not that anyone wants to go back to being a page when they've gotten to a point where they're a king, because a king, you know, is such a more peaceful and calm place than a page. So it's not like your person is dying to trade king status for page status. Oh no. But it sure is nice to put on those shoes for a while when they're with you. That's so beautiful. I love it. Oh, wow. Okay. And this is the Ten of Pentacles. They actually they feel like they would be completely prosperous, and that like a life with you would be very beneficial on so many levels, that you would revel in your resources, be it love, understanding, and well, why are you here? This must be the greatest relationship since the dawn of man. People don't come to me because everything's hunky-dory. So what's going on here? Okay, you know, I mean, most people come to me, I know there's some communication issue. Usually it's someone you know, have been with, or are with and having problems with. So, boy, this card comes up a lot for you, Libra, when it comes to your person too. It's come up as your overall energy for a couple of major readings. And it's saying the same thing again, and it doesn't always mean this, but every time I see it in your spread, Libra, or should I say ours, because I'm a Libra too, they feel they have no choice. That even if this king feels like, oh, it would be so much easier to just not even deal with, I'm self-satisfied, I don't need to put on these other shoes and look at the world through childlike wonder. I don't need all this, okay? I'm fine. I can have this with or without you, right? But they don't have any choice. It's like they're damned if they do and damned if they don't, because you you're inside their blood on some level. And I don't even know if you'd call it soulmate. I don't even think there's a label for this. Soulmate is very complicated. Twin flame is very complicated. But there is something that they feel tethered on some weird way. Maybe like dyads on Star Wars or something. I don't know. There's got to be a new word for it, because this keeps coming up. You can't tear them out of their soul any more than you could pull pieces of their heart out of their blood. It's just not going to happen. And I feel like they need to confer with people on it, because it drives them nuts. The people who care about them, probably your person goes for counsel. And they might even go for counsel with you, but I don't think this is what's going on here. I think that whatever's going on with them, it's not something that they can even keep to themselves. It's something that it's big enough that they can't just hide under a rock from it. They have to deal with it. And the only solution they have is to try to communicate with people in their trust circle. So I wouldn't worry about them talking about you. I'm not saying that this person isn't capable of saying things from their point of view, which may not be yours, which is not good. Hopefully they don't talk shit. But anyways, I like to believe that whatever capability they have of doing such things, that's not what's in play right now. Because I really don't know. I mean, a king is so self-driven that their perception of you may not be something that they would communicate accurately. Put it that way. I don't think it'd be intentional. Just be aware. I don't like it. I'm a Libra, but yeah, I can kind of see a King of Swords is, yeah. All right. So they want to make a choice, and they are looking in the direction. They're not looking out into the void. This is upside down, the potentiality. They need to get on the page where they're making a choice, because they're not there yet. They're not making a choice yet. But they know they need to, that this is something that they're not going to avoid. Okay? Like a 2 and a 2. Interesting. They can't avoid having to make some type of decision. This is an infinity cinema. Oh my God. So whatever's going on here, it's an endless loop. They can't get out of it. It's an endless cycle. And that's why conference is absolutely needed, because this is enough to drive a person crazy. All right? Never being able to get out of this never-ending story here. Okay? So even if they wanted to sit in their king energy, it's not working. And it's not that they don't like stepping out of their king energy. They enjoy that. They see the prosperity they can have with you. So it's not all bad. It's just that you're dealing with a very stubborn person. Very set in his ways, or hers. Okay. Wow. Oh. Okay. Well, we can skip that whole, there's no label for it, blah, 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 because we just hit the Lovers card. That is soulmate energy. So be you a dyad or whatever fictional reality version of people who are tied at the soul level for whatever reason, whether it's some other, before you came to Earth soul, or the only thing that exists is the tangible world, and whatever your soul's got connected. Yeah. And this is one of 3 cards on the table that are major arcana, all of which are right side up. Okay. Wow. Okay. They know you're the soulmate. That must really mess with that King of Swords. You don't like, or she doesn't like having to deal with someone else. So in many ways, This is not necessarily a good thing for how they, how they're seeing it here. Okay. They see you in a way that it kind of messes with their self-stability. And that's why they need to get into this, reposition themselves and think about things in a new way. The way that they have always looked at things works for them, but the fact that this is messing with them and this is going on infinitely ad nauseum, there's the needing to look at it in a new way is the only sane response, to be honest with you. I don't know if the King of Swords is more interested in cutting the cord because they really, really want to be in this energy, and the very thought of you pisses them the hell off because they don't want that. They want this energy to stop. Or if they want to find a way to be both, because they see that prosperity. And look, they see the potential. Now this is in the right side up. They definitely see prosperity, but long-term happiness, like family and friends, like, yeah, the King of Swords is happy on his own, but man, deep down, I think whatever hurt this person so much that they felt that they needed to be self-sufficient. There's a part of them that wants to believe that they can have the happiness that they probably have only seen in fiction, watching movies. God, haven't we all? Yeah, Bogey and McCall, and yeah, so, and the Temperance card is the overall energy. Well, your person looks like a Sagittarius, but, I don't always necessarily believe that, the overall energy major arcana is necessarily suggesting that it's a particular sign, but it would take someone with strong Sagittarius in their chart to find that moderation, because Sag would be very self-sufficient, but they're also very passionate. So I think that at the end of the day, even though your person is conferring with others, at the end of the day, they're gonna ultimately be their own counsel. But I think when they share it with others, it helps them to find what that is. Your person, I think, needs to articulate ideas to fully develop them. Perhaps stuck in their head a lot because they have a hard time with articulation and is frustrated by it. But when they force themselves, they don't have to stay in the safety of the retreat of their home or whatever. They can get to the bottom of something by speaking it a little more. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just that there's this overall energy that is weighing and considering, almost like on a Libra level. I see. So, okay, I see it now. Not necessarily a Sagittarius here, but what I do see for sure is the idea that what they're feeling, what they can't get away from, and this and that. It's not that kind of feeling like gung-ho, I'm going for it all the way. It's more like, I should be able to do this and that without disrupting my life. The King is always going to win. All right. So your person's trying to figure out how to indulge in these things without having to give up their king status. And you know what? I have faith. I have faith. Your person is going to work that out. All right, let's see what the angels say. Codependency. Ooh. Oh no. I think I know what that's about, but let's see. Let your friends can't make this up. Okay. All right. So perhaps one of the so the codependency card, by the way, you know, as time changes, the meanings of the cards kind of like children to me mean more like, it could be literal children, but like children to me mean you know, you have problems from childhood issues or whatever. Codependency is more that while this person is fine on their own, they have some addiction they're dealing with. So be aware of that. Now, it may not be bad. It may be something, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that they're like a drug addict or hooked on porn or some horrible thing that's just totally, you know, not going to work. But they may be challenged a little bit by the things that they rely on in order to maintain this king status. So that probably explains a lot why they need to confer. But they have a really strong belief in their ability to mediate these things. So your person is stronger than this, but that doesn't mean that they don't have this issue. Okay. I'm not sensing it's a deal breaker, but I would definitely check it out, because regardless of how happy you feel about, you know, the happiness you can have here, you know, that you have to have a really strong toolbox to handle somebody like that. And I'm not saying it's not worth it. Okay. I'm not saying that. All right. I know there's a lot of people out there who'll say that's totally unhealthy, get the heck away. But I think that, you know, it's like, you know, I think the Christians put it, you know, God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle or something like that. I don't know. I might be hacking it up. By the way, I believe in all religions at their core, with their heart, you know. So when I say Christian, I include myself, because while I'm not, you know, I'm sure that if I walked into a church and I told them my beliefs, they wouldn't consider me one of theirs, but because I have, you know, but at my core, I really, really do love the teachings of Christ, and as well as the yogis and the Buddhists, and, you know, so, all right. Let your friends help you. Well, yeah, you can't make this up, right? But I think that also you may have these friends in common. You may be consulting on the side, but I think if you have true friends, they're not going to betray either one of you. I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe your friends in common are shipping you guys, you know, for all you know. All right. Well, that'd be nice. I mean, because God only knows. If they know about this, they're probably leery, but you never know. Okay. Keep an open mind. Yeah, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yeah. Keeping an open mind may not be. So, I mean, this very much could be also your person looking at you and saying, this isn't my type. But but there's something that's messing with them at the soul level, and so they're rethinking it. But then I think it's a reciprocal thing. I think you even though you're here, you love this person, but I think you're a little skeptical about whether or not this is making you go, well, you know what, this is that Libra side of you is going, well, it's starting to weigh heavily against this person. Maybe I need to do some cord cutting meditations and be done with this. But I don't think the time is right for that. Keep an open mind. Let's see how it goes. We don't have to make any rash decisions, Libra. We'll talk soon.